What's up, everybody? We're here today with Mr. Patrick Jones, and here's his sequel to his Cyber Range deck profile, which actually got a decent amount of views. So, yeah, I hope this guy...
obligatory ritual to the hey guys, what's it going? This time we're here to give you an update on that Cyber Angel deck, and this time the secret is, I mean, it's not really Cyber Angels, because as you'll find out, we're playing very little of those, but let's get into it. Alright, so we play 3 million Jews.
By the way, we're at Denny's, just in case you guys were wondering.
We play 3 million Jews. They search out the ritual spells and the ritual monsters. He's really good. Very good consistency card.
They're afraid of camps.
Don't really need to explain that. Then we play 3-star Seraph Herald, just like we were in the last profile. But this time, this card's a lot better now because of 2 new techs in the deck, which we'll get to later. But this and Ritual Sanctuary. So this card, in addition with 3 Sovereignty, obviously you got to play that for the combo.
It's a 2 in OCG.
Yeah, they just put it to 2. Eventually they'll put it to 3. So the reason why this card's good now is because Ritual Sanctuary lets you special summon from your graveyard, and then you get the effect, and that's just a +2 you just get for like no reason. And on top of that, Benton can search out either Scepter or Sovereignty. So it's a lot easier to actually do the stick chair combo now. In fact, I actually do it pretty much every game now, instead of just having like a 10% chance you would have of it going first. Like now you can just do it pretty much every game. There's some combos where you don't even have any of these, and you do Benton's effect like twice, and you search out both of them, and they just do stick chair combo, and it's like insane. So yeah, we play these because it really gives the deck like the teeth it needs to actually like win against like certain decks, because so you'll see later. We play 3 Herald of Perfection. This is
trash.
This is pretty much the reason to play the deck. It's Solemn Judgment on legs. You can discard any fairy, so you know all of these are fairies. And you can negate like any spell activation, trap activation, or monster effect. And 18 attack with 28 defense, pretty good. And you can search this card out. There's so many cards that search this out. It's so easy to summon this. And it's not once per turn. You can negate multiple things in a chain. So if they do breakthrough skill or effect failure on it, when you try to negate something, you can negate that. The only problem is they kaiju it, and then you kind of just lose. But hopefully you worry about that games 2 and 3. And then we play. Now this is like the heart and soul of the deck. We play 3 Cyber Angel Bentons. We don't play Iditan. We don't play the other guys.
Where's Gilgax?
We don't play Gilgax. We play Benton. Benton is pretty much the Shrit, like the Necros of Shrit for this deck.
What's your favorite alien for it to transform into?
Albert, that makes literally no sense.
Yeah, Ben 10.
Oh, God damn it. So yeah, so Ben 10 is good because it's pretty much the Shrit for the deck because it's level 6, and for all your ritual summons, she can just be used as the whole tribute. Her actual effect when you summon her is completely useless. Just I don't even acknowledge that exists. The reason you play her is that she's level 6, and then when she's tributed, you can add any light fairy from your deck to your hand. So this is just really good because you just get to add the Sticker of the Chair, you get to add Manjus, you get to add Herald, or you just get to add 1 random fairy. You can add Honest, you can add Archer Christia, you can add, there's so many things you can add with this card. Like it's amazing. And it just takes the ritual summon down from like multiple cards to just like a simple like 2 to 3 card combo, and you still plus. Like this makes it on the level of like Necros in terms of like the consistency and its ability to like easily spit out ritual summons. This card is so good. Like probably the best card of the deck. And then we play 2 Saphira. Same as like last time.
Wait, I only want to start with the pretty one.
Yeah, so this one's pretty good because it combos with like the stick chair combo because it has the ability to discard a card from your opponent's hand. So it has 3 abilities, and you can activate one of them during the turn it's ritual summoned, or the turn a light fairy, or no, not light fairy, when a light monster is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard. You can draw 2 cards and discard 1. You can add 1 light monster from your graveyard to your hand, or you can discard 1 random card for your opponent. So this card combos with Herald of Perfection, because if you use Herald of Perfection's effect, you discard a light fairy, and then that triggers Saphira, and then you get to draw 2 cards and discard 1, or add back the fairy you just discarded. So that kind of like helps you like maintain advantage, because like with Herald, you're just constantly discarding all these cards. That eventually you'll just run out of cards to discard, you can't get anything. So this helps you keep doing that. And being able to get back some of the light monster you send to the graveyard is really good, especially because you can like recycle Honest and hand traps and stuff like that. But its other effect, to discard a card out of your opponent's hand, that combos off really well with the Star Stairs because you make Evil Swarm Ouroboros, and you take a card out of their hand, and then you do this effect, and you take another card out of their hand, and you just loop it for 2 cards. It's actually possible to do a 2 to 3 card hand loop with this deck, and it's getting the 3rd card is pretty hard, but realistically, you can do 2 cards out of their hand, and that's just like too good. You just liquid duel them. That's amazing. And then we play 1 Honest because you can search it with Benton, and it helps you get over big monsters.
Only 1?
You really you want to see it. You want to play in your deck just to have the option, but it's not really a combo piece. And I feel like a lot of times it just gets banished by like Desires or something. It's really not that big of a deal, but it's like enough of a deal that you kind of want to have it.
Okay.
And then, all right, for spells, we play 3 of one of the best starter cards I've seen for a deck in a very long time. We play 3 Preparation of Rites, or pre-preps. So this one lets us add a ritual monster and a ritual spell that has that ritual monster's name in its card text. So you can't get Benton, but you get Saphira or Herald. And it's just crazy. Like, you can add it back from the ritual monster from graveyard too. You deck bin 2 cards, and if you have like this and like a Benton, you can pretty much ritual summon any monster in your deck. Like, this card's, oh man, this card's amazing. And we play 3 of the best card in the game right now. We play 3 Power Desires because we want to go neg 27 and deck out, even though it's literally possible. But like, this card's so good. A lot of times I actually Desires first because I need to know, because what I had the next 2 cards I draw in my hand will depend on what I search. Unlike other cards I have like this. So this card's just good because it's a spell card, so you put in your graveyard for Ritual Sanctuary. You can use Ritual Sanctuary to shuffle stuff back so you don't deck out. And when you have Herald of Perfection and you just do Desires and you draw 2 more fairies, that's game. And it just gives you the advantage. It just gets you there. And then we play 3 Terraforming to search out our 3 Ritual Sanctuaries. Now we do this because since we play,
Terraforming is going to get limited eventually.
Yeah, it's probably going to get limited. This card's like way too good because this is like one of the
best.
best.
Played in everything now.
Yeah, this is one of the best field spells I've seen in a very long time. The problem is they've been making so many good field spells that this is just like, yeah, you know, this is okay. But yeah, so this lets you discard a spell card from your hand to add a light ritual monster from your deck to your hand, or a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. And once per turn, you can target any number of spell cards in your graveyard, and then you target 1 light fairy monster in your graveyard. You shuffle spell cards from your graveyard into your deck up to the level of that light fairy. You can special summon it. So you can bring back Saphira or Manju. No, you can't bring back Saphira. You can bring back Herald or Manju or Seraph Scepter, which is like crazy. That's like a +2. It's crazy. So this card's like insanely powerful. But since you can discard a spell card, you don't mind having multiples of these. So I play 3 Terraforming in addition to this, because that gives you approximately a 60% chance of seeing this card turn 1. And that's just like over half your games, you're going to get this spell card that like lets you search anything in your deck. Like, it's crazy. Because it can also like get you to Benton, it gets you to Saphira, it gets you to ritual spells. If you draw like the wrong ritual spell, you can pitch it. If you draw like 2 Desires, you can pitch 1 and then use the other one. Like, this card is amazing. Like, this and Benton like really revitalized the deck. And then we play 2 Dawn of the Herald. You don't really need to play more than that because you're only going to be ritual summoning like once. And you play 2, so when you Desires, you don't like banish all of them, and you just can't ritual summon.
Or you do.
Sometimes you do, but that's nearly impossible.
And then it's going to happen to you.
It's going to happen, but that's just negative bias right there. And then we play 2 Hymn of Light. Now this is probably one of the big reasons why you play Saphira, because with this ritual spell, it works like Return of the Dragon Lords. So its actual effect is that you just use it to ritual summon Saphira, but when it's in the graveyard, if any ritual monsters you control would be destroyed by battle card effect, and that's multiple. So if they were Geki, like, I don't know, Saphira and Herald, you could banish this from the graveyard instead. So that pretty much just like, if you have like this in your graveyard and like a Herald or something, that just becomes like infuriating for your opponent to deal with, and it just makes your boards like unbreakable, unless of course if they have a Kaiju, in which case you're just dead. And we play 2 Instant Fusions. This is we don't have a way to do Instant Fusion turn 1, but we got 3 Ritual Sanctuaries, so you can just pitch dead ones and just recycle them back. You just do this because it's just rank 4 fodder, and sometimes you have like Scepter and Grave and the Sovereign in your hand, and you just like win. I just play it just for like to bring on Norden. Honestly, it could probably be. I feel like it's probably designed because in the other deck profile, I played like Advanced Ritual Art, and like Instant Fusion was like always live. And this one's actually kind of dead, but I feel like with like Ritual Sanctuary, like it's okay to have this as like a mid to late game card, because like if you'll draw it in your early hands, you can just pitch it for Ritual Sanctuary and get a search. And sometimes you just being able to make a rank 4 is really good, because the rituals don't do a whole lot of damage, so sometimes you got to do the rank 4 toolbox to beat over your guy's stuff. And that's the same theory we have for Soul Charge. This is not really a card you do turn 1, but it's just like that. It's just like, to use a magic term, it's like the bomb in your deck. Like it lets you like mid to late game. You just what? Oh my God, Albert! it's that card you just activate mid to late game and you just win because you bring back all your rituals and like the star safes and you just kill your opponent. And if you draw it early game, you just pitch it for Ritual Sanctuary. Now I play 1 Upstart because 39 cards plus 3 Desires is the best way to go, especially since you're playing Ritual Sanctuary, so it just like gives you more spell cards to like use for its effect. It also is just a good consistency card.
When would you ever send Upstart for Ritual Sanctuary?
There's been a couple of hands where you have to do it because like sometimes you have everything you need, and just like if this is like the only other spell card in your hand you could pitch, I'd rather just like pitch this for Ritual Sanctuary than activate it, and then I draw some like random monster. It's like now I can't search.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, just like putting this in, you just activate, you put it in your graveyard, and then now you're like 1/4 of the way to like doing Ritual Sanctuary's other effect, which is like broken. And I play 1 Prep. It's not as good in like the Necroz deck or like in a deck that's playing Ritual Art.
Why are you running Belk?
Yeah, we're not playing Valkyries, but this card's still really good because like you just search out like your rituals. There's a combo of this in like Ritual Sanctuary where you pitch a ritual spell to like search for Ritual Sanctuary, and then you do prep and you add like Benton or like another Saphira or like one of your rituals, and then you add back to ritual spell. It's still really good. You gotta play it. And then we play 1 Vanity's Emptiness. I was playtesting Arcer Christia in the deck, and one thing I realized was that I just could not consistently summon that thing, like, ever. Like, every time I have Archer Christia, I'd rather just have Vanity's Emptiness. And with, like, all the draw power in this deck, with, like, the 3 Desires, the Upstart, and the Star Seraph engine, like, you could easily, like, deck thin, like, so much, and then you have a really high chance of, like, drawing this card, and then you have Herald of Perfection to, like, just, like, stop anything that stops Vanity's Emptiness. So if they try and Twin Twister or Cosmic Cycle in this, you just negate it, and then they literally lose, because you can't Kaiju the Herald, and if you try and like destroy this, you negate it with Herald, so there's no out. There's literally no out of this card. It just gives you like auto win potential. And that's the main deck. It's 40 cards. And then on to the extra deck. So we play 2 Evil Storm Ouroboros. The second one comes up, especially if you have like Soul Charge and Instant Fusion. Just being able to do like the full like hand loop, you just like loop them for 3 cards. If you play 2 of these, if you get Saphira and the Star Seraph combo and like Instant Fusion or Soul Charge, you could take out 3 cards in your hand. It's like great. Also, it's just like the best card you actually have. So of course you gotta play more than 1 of that. And they play 1 Masquerade. It's mainly just for floaters. Yeah, especially against Burning Mist, you just attack over the Dante and they don't get the effect. Crap like that. They play 1 Luminite. This card is mainly for like.
Yo, this dude's in the KKK.
Yeah, so this card is primarily for like digging for side deck cards or for emptiness. Sometimes your hand is awkward, so instead of like doing Ouroboros, you just make this to like draw more cards. Because if you do the Star Seraph combo into this, and like you're able to like pop the card off for Scepter's effect, you draw like 4 cards. And like drawing 4 cards is pretty good, especially if you're trying to draw into like this. And I play 1 Selenite Deltros because its effect of your opponent can't respond to the special summon of this is really good with Scepter's effect, because then you do Scepter's effect, you target like one of their back row and they can't chain it because of his effect. And then you can like detach his effect to like pop another card, so you pop 2 cards when you do the Star Seraph combo. And then in main phase 2, you overlay it for Diamond.
Why is that an ulti?
I don't know. So for this card, like they can't send cards from their deck to the graveyard, or neither player can. If they were to add a card, either player were to add a card from their graveyard to their hand, it gets banished instead. And you can detach 1 extra material from this card to negate the activation of a Dark Monster's effect and destroy it. So against like Burning Abyss or like DDDs or like the Destiny Hero deck that we did a profile on earlier, this card's just auto win because then you just do the Star Seraph combo and you blow up all their cards and you just slap this Floodgate on top of it and then it just beats them. This card's even good against like stuff like Mermails, because then you summon this and they can't do Note to this. Like it just randomly, your opponent can't mill. It's like randomly good against a lot of decks. And then we play 1 Utopia, 1 Utopia Prime, so we can have an extra material to use.
Chaos Sniper Dragon.
Yeah, he's Chaos Sniper Dragon. You don't really use his effect. You just do it so you have an extra material to use Utopia Lightning's effect. You really need this, especially to attack over stuff like Blue Eye Spirit Dragon and shit like that. Just being able to kill like anything, or like Dark Destroyer. You really need this card. So I want to have like the extra material for it because you have room. And then we play 1 Dweller because Norden, make Dweller. You just cut off the graveyard. You have 22 Dweller. It's really good. One concert told me M7, you rarely make this. Honestly, it should probably be Utopia Beyond. Because the few scenarios where I want to make a rank 6, it's to make Beyond so I can like attack over like Dark Destroyer or something. But yeah, so we got that. And I play one Fairy Cheer Girl. This is probably like the second most used card in the extra deck, besides like Ouroboros, because her effect is she requires 2 level 4 fairies. The thing is, like, literally every level 4 monster in this deck is a fairy. So outside of like Sovereignty, like, it's very easy to make this card. And you can detach one XYZ material from this card to like draw a card. So that's just really good for like getting more fairies in your hand, getting more damage on board, and like digging for like side deck cards and like, you know, emptiness. So this card's, she's great. I love her. And then Castel, because, you know, utility, get to spin a card. Really doesn't need to be explained. And then I play Norden, obviously for instant fusion. Bring back Scepter, bring back Manju, and you make rank 4 plays. And I play 1000 Eyes Restrict because honestly I should probably just play another level 4 fusion, like some vanilla fusion.
Straight up, did you know some kid at the regional called me over for a ruling? He's like, Judge? I was like, what? And he's like, what's 1000 Eyes Restrict Serrata? And I was like,
no, you're gonna have to wait a month for that,
about?
Kiddo. Yeah, honestly, this is like the one deck where it's like I actually want to play like a level 4 like normal fusion for this deck, because I feel like there's a lot of times where I just do instant fusion just for a level 4 monster just to basically make rank 4, but I can actually use Norden's effect. So actually, just maybe it's just probably be cut for like something else, like some other level 4, so that way I can do instant fusion turn 1. Yeah, Reaper of Nightmare or something. Maybe there's a light one that I'm not thinking of. I don't know, there's got to be a better replacement for this, because I don't want to just play... Because yeah, that could also work. Because I don't just want to play like one Norden, because this deck is kind of like a mid-range deck. Because you can't like immediately kill your opponent turn 1. Although a lot of games will be decided by turn 1. So I feel like having like another target for instant fusion is probably needed. But right now we're playing 1000 Eyes Restrict.
Okay, so any final words?
This deck is kind of like Dark Worlds, where you have like going first, game 1, it's amazing. Like your opponent, you're just gonna have so many auto wins because you just like get set up with like the Seraph Herald and like Saphira, and there's just nothing they can do, and you just beat them. And then you go second, and then it's like, man, I better have that Seraph, like that sick tear combo, because otherwise I lose. And then games 2 and 3 they sign kaijus and you lose. But game 1, man, for casual play, this deck's amazing, assuming you don't want like everybody to hate you. But yeah, this deck's a lot of fun, especially like the stick chair. Like it's very consistent too. Like you very rarely brick with this because there's just so much draw and search power in this deck. It's crazy. I mean, it's a very consistent deck. So it's definitely, if you could pick up this deck, I definitely would. It's a really nice deck.
And then next deck profile, we have Domain of the I got shot in both my kneecaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't even know how it'll be a deck profile, but anyways.
Yeah, so if you like this video, you better smash that fucking like button. And if you don't, you're a big, fat, poopy head. And I hate you. And if you see me on the street, you better cross that street because I'm coming for you. And I'm coming for you, PewDiePie.
Alright. Peace, everybody.